Okay. Last video was actually not, was only 480p instead of 720 for those who understand that. So yeah, let's see if this one is working. D5. Didn't have some line here. Didn't I have some line here? Okay, anyway, he hasn't played D6, so I don't know. Yeah, let's play, just play here. Knight B6. Okay, we got the line I want. Knight C6, D5, Queen C2. Knight E5. That looks weird. Knight D4. I don't know, it might be playable, but it looks weird, man. Okay, it always looks a little bit risky, you know, with this diagonal, but it seems like I can put the bishop on. B2. He's ready for C6 now, perhaps? No, not yet. So he wants bishop here, but is that something I need to worry about? I'm not even sure. I mean, rookie 1 is often played. Let's just do that. But he wants C6 now, probably. C6 or C5. It has the same effect, really. Yeah, I messed this up. Ooh. I messed this up. Okay, I'm actually gonna play E4. Try to use some space here. Hope that I have some space advantage. Rook C1 type moves. Nothing is attacked really. Playing this too slowly. Bishop A3. Nothing. Knight D5, Knight D5, E5. I think I want to play Knight D5 next. And probably I don't have much of anything going here for me. That move looks a little dodgy. I play here, knight takes, pawn takes. Yeah, that move looked dodgy. I take with a pawn and he takes, well, so let's take here first, Czechoslovakia. Then we take this. And okay, we have a weak pawn, but we do have the bishop pair. You can put the knight on d6. But I'm gonna go here. If he puts the knight on d6, then at least there's no pressure on the d5 pawn. That's what I was trying to get around to saying. H4 luft for the king. Bishop b6. I'm kind of threatening to go rook c2 now. Take over the file. I'll do that. No pressure here yet. Now I'm threatening penetration. Here.
Check.
Maybe bishop c7. Ah, but yeah. Cover g3. Ay. But now he might have knight d6 and I have to take it. How does he take back? Like that. We'll try offering a draw, but somehow doubt he's taking it. Somehow doubt it, so now we have to start on a pre-move diet. On a diet of pre-moves. This is all very fine and dandy, but didn't really accomplish anything substantial for him. And now it's obviously out of the question that I'm giving him a draw. Now I have a better time.
Checkmate.
Checkmate! It was made also if, yeah, without g6. f6 is like the worst move imaginable. Yeah, so if I made a waiting move here, f6 takes.
Check.
No, then he has this square. Need to find another waiting move. Okay, this waiting move. f6, let's go back. Yeah, this waiting move. Oh, it's his move. Yeah, this waiting move. f6 takes.
Checkmate.
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 Okay, so 2 games in a row. Gonna get it going now. Yeah, not sure about this game. Let's go back to the. Oh, let's just look at all the moves. So it's weird move order, but after g6, we're transposing to a Fianhetto Grunfeld, called Fianchetto because it's white who's Fianchettoing against the Grunfeld, which is a Fianchetto. So a lot of Fianchettos, man. d4, everything's normal. Let's e3. You can potentially take. It's a different looking line, but most people go knight b6. Probably because white fortifies the center a bit, and even though you get something like this, I mean, you don't really want to give white too easy way to cover this pawn. Let's say, or maybe he's ready with e5 here. There's pressure already, and maybe e5 now. But if white can, let's say, black plays some slow moves, and white can play h3 and e3 without e5 for black, then white is doing good. But okay, my knowledge here actually isn't all too great, to be honest. Compared to most people, it's okay, but for master level, it's not sufficient enough. Okay, I know knight a5 is the main move. Well, we're taught not to put our knights on the rim, so centralizing it makes more sense. On the other hand, yeah, the difference here is the knight isn't blocking the bishop. So if I played knight d4 like in the game, you can play either e5 or c5, both with the same point that en passant loses because the knight will be hanging. So c5 and e5 both work in that way. You can also play c6 and attack the pawn. So although this is centralizing, it's also maybe cutting down black's option, because you want to play c6 or e6, you want to break and eliminate this pawn, free your position a little bit. Now you can't play c6 because you just take it. Although, okay, it's different now. There is a tactic here to take. It's true. But it's
check,
just an exchange operation. Number one, it's just an exchange operation. Materially it's equal. And number two, remember the knight on a5 covers b7. There's no covering b7 here. So this doesn't work. So he played a6, b3. I'm not entirely sure about this, but we'll see. And queen c8. Okay, I thought about this, but he's also thinking about c6. I'm not sure. Well, I wanted to keep my bishop because his pieces are a little bit. I have a little bit more space because of the d5 pawn. So if you have more space in general, you want to keep pieces on the board because your opponent will be more cramped. It will be more difficult for him to move around. So c5, powerful move. And I took it. Maybe that's not entirely forced. Maybe I'm freeing his position a little bit too much. I would like to have a rook on c1 already. But I didn't, so I take. And here I thought if I take it, it's too easy for black. There's a rook coming to d8 next move. The other one on c8. And black is doing fine. This is already hanging, so rook here, rook here. And the queen doesn't have any squares, and already this is, well, probably much better for black. So I think e4 was the right move. I keep the bishop and play against this one. Hope it becomes bad. Play rook c1, knight d5. So I think that was the right move, e4 definitely. I think that's strategically an important moment in the game. Queen e2. Note that he doesn't have any discoveries. If the bishop goes away, then our knight is hanging. But, well, number one, if it wasn't there, you play bishop takes c3. We always have rook c1. And number two, there's no good discovery because I just take the knight. And queen is covering here. So I play queen e6, rook c1. I wasn't sure what to move. Yeah, I wanted to protect the knight and move the bishop here like I did, with the idea of playing knight d5, which happened here. I sort of have the feeling I missed something around here. Yeah, but if he takes d5, then he takes here. Well, it's actually the same as in the game, it doesn't matter.
check,
So it transposes, knight takes, pawn takes, takes. Bishop f6 to free the knight. Bishop c5, I didn't want pressure on my pawn. h4, both luft, and yeah, just the usual move in general to grab some space. h5, bishop b6. Now I want the c file. And I would love to play bishop h3 here, but my pawn is hanging. Can't so easily play rook here because he might play e6 maybe. So I'll play rook here, bishop d4. And actually maybe here I didn't really consider taking, I just wanted to keep the bishop here, but taking might be an option here. Although I was thinking about some. Okay, we start with this maybe.
check,
The problem is once I go something like this, he has f5 and okay, if you get the knight on d6, black can never lose this. So yeah, I think correct decision. But on the other hand, I can't really win this either, and then probably worse. So well, not probably. His bishop is much better. And worse, but this should be a draw because he can't really make progress so easily here. And then we had the time scramble. I had a big time edge, but he was just too slow, and well, we didn't even flag him. We checkmated him, which was surprising. But okay, let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going.